All right. Hey, hi everyone. Let's me. I hope everyone can see me. Can I have a quick introduction in the chat whether you are able to see me? Hi everyone. All right. Hello Mandar. Hello Lakshman. Hello Panditji. All right. So I'm clearly audible and visible to all of you. I hope so. Right. So hi Siddesh. I hope you all are enjoying. And today is the last day of your boot camp. So great. That's great to know that I'm audible to all of you. Cool. So no quiz, no Mandar, no quiz. We had on day one, and see you in next bootcamp so that you can play quiz over there, right? Okay. So let's wait for others to join in. Meanwhile, let's have a quick feedback. So, how was your day one and day two? Did you enjoyed your session for day one and day two? Hardy, yes, we have received your mail. It's just that the person who, responsible for sending Amazon coupon is not available today in the office. So so you'll have a response from us tomorrow. All right. Okay. Hi, Gitanjali. Good evening. So, how was your day one and day two, guys? Let's have a quick feedback. Have you learned or built something new by your own? Ji Pooja, I have completed my day two assignment, but there were no mail of that. Also, my name is not mentioned in the list. What can the list which has been shared in the group, guys? Don't get confused. So the students who have scored perfect 10, their name list is there. Then we also have students who have scored 9, 7, 8, and other numbers, right? So don't panic that your name is not there in the list. The students who have got perfect score, we have shared their names only. All right. uh Pooja, you have not just send a mail to support at the rate letsupgrade.in and mention your issue. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right. Okay, so again, I hope you all know the TNCs. You have to submit the assignment for day one, day two, and day three. Your day three assignment link is there in the description. We have not yet opened the link. Once your session finishes, we will be opening the link. If you're not able to access the link, wait, the team will send a message in your WhatsApp group. So first of all, everyone make sure you are there, present in the WhatsApp group. All right. So once the team will share the assignment link in the group, after that only you will be able to open the assignment link. Okay. So don't get confused, don't panic, don't spam if you are not able to open the assignment link. Attendance, you can mark your attendance. You have to go to the website. If you are new, you are joining for today's session, make sure you have registered for the program. Make sure you watch day one and day two after finishing today's session. All right. uh Attendance link is not opening. Okay. I Let me have a check. It should open. Okay, the mod has already shared the attendance link, and they have also shared the WhatsApp chat link. So make sure everyone who want to uh, uh, get the everyone who want to get the update regarding your program, make sure you are there in the WhatsApp group. Okay. So quickly, let me hand over the session to the trainer. If you have any doubt, anything, you can write it in the chat, and the moderator will reply you. If you're not able to access any link, uh, put your query in the chat, and the team will sort it out as soon as possible. Okay, so let's call your trainer. Let's get into today's session, and yes, that's it from my side. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye.
Yep. I hope I'm audible, and let me just turn on my camera. Okay. Mm, let me. Can we just confirm if I'm audible and visible, please? I'll also share my screen. Okay. Or maybe I'll move this screen here. Okay. Sure. And let me know if you can see my screen as well. Okay. Yeah. So I hope it is sorted. I'll just open VS Code. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, hi. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Nandini. Good evening, Gitanjali. Good evening, everyone. I hope we guys are doing all good. Let me know if I'm audible properly or not. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Lakshman, for confirming. Good evening, Gitanjali. Okay. Even my name is not there, but I'm submitting assignment. I think the mod will take care for that. You don't need to worry. Good evening, Devaprabhu. Good evening, Mother. Good evening, Lakshman. So please zoom in. Yeah, I will. I will zoom in before starting. Don't worry. Let me close all the tabs first. So this was which we did in the previous video, and let me zoom in. I hope this zoom is fine. Let me know if you want to zoom in more. I'll do that as well. Okay. Yep. Good evening, Sumita. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Okay. So before starting today's session, any doubts or any issues we have from the previous class or previous two classes? Any doubts? Yeah. If we have, we can take these, take them, or not. We can just start with the session. This is also good. Sure. Okay. Thanks for that. Also, let me open the documentation for Notion. Yep. Okay, sure. So just a recap of what we did in the previous class. So we first of all started with what a nav bar is, right? And how a nav bar looks, how can we make some modifications and all of that sort. Then we looked at how we can add colors. We saw various types of colors, how to add colors, background colors. Then we saw buttons, right? The various types of buttons that we have, how to make a button disabled, what is an outline button, right? The color phenomena, which is what is primary, danger, warning, all of these colors. We had a good discussion around these, right? And also at the end of the day, we discussed flex, very important topic. Flex is how we can design the layout or uh, design design the layout in rows and columns, right? You know how to do it. So using that, we also made a food application, which is just nothing but which had a carousel, some navbar, and a footer section which tells you how to look into the project and how to look into the documentation to access the projects, right? What is sticky navbar? Sticky navbar is nothing but a navbar. It will be kind of stuck onto the screen if you scroll. So navbar are of two types: floating and sticky. Floating means it will float once you scroll down. Sticky means it will remain stuck if you scroll down the page as well. So that is how it does. Okay, cool. So anything else? Anything else before starting? Okay. Okay. I hope this is fine. So today we will be first of all starting with forms, right? What forms are, how do we make forms in Bootstrap, and how can we utilize forms in our code and make uh, a portfolio application out of it, right? So we will be covering forms, and our end goal today will be to make a full-fledged portfolio application so that you guys can use it, showcase it, maybe add in your projects, or just showcase it on LinkedIn or somewhere else, right? As simple as that. Okay. So first of all, let us do one thing. Let us head over to the Bootstrap documentation. So what I will do here is I will open a new window, and I will add the window, and I will add it. I'll open the official documentation for Bootstrap here. Good evening, Dhananjay. Okay. So this is the official documentation, and first of all, as I told you, we are going to start with how your forms look like. So is anyone is does anyone know what forms are? Any idea? You must have used forms, and if not used, you must have seen forms, in websites and applications. Is anyone? Are we sure we know what forms are? I mean, right? It contains an input box, some labels, right? Some passwords, and all of these sort. I hope you all know what forms are. Everyone can have yes or no in the chat box, please. Forms. I think everyone is aware of. Okay. Dhananjay says yes. What about others? What about others? Like Google Form? Yeah, just like Google Form. A bit different. I mean, yeah. Lakshman says yes. Ramya, yes. What about others? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sure. So I hope all of you know what forms are. If not, forms are just just used to uh, just they just help the user to submit the data. Yeah, exactly. Registration forms. It could be a login form. It could be a sign up form. There are multiple types of form, right? A placeholder value which can just help users to submit data, right? So uh, uh, in css we have a form tag, which this is just a semantic tag, by the way. You can use a div here, but it is always good to use a semantic tag, and it has some labels and some inputs, right? Labels means email address. So let's suppose this is you want the users to submit their email address, so you tell them that I'm expecting an email address here, right? Similarly, we also need a placeholder where the users can type their email address, right? So if I want to, I can type in my email address like here. I need a placeholder value to type in the email address, right? Apart from this, we have password. So again, if you're signing up, I assume this is a sign in page. A sign in takes in an email and a password. So if I type in the password, remember how it is hidden, right? We see an asterisk or a dot here. That means passwords are protected, right? We cannot just share passwords and let the users or let the developers know what passwords we are typing. So this is what it does, right? So these are forms. Again, we have different types of forms. So maybe I'll quickly open VS Code. I will add day 3, and I will create index.html, right? First thing first, we need to link our CSS and your JS. So how do we do that? I hope you all know. I'll just head over to the documentation. That is the main page, and this is the CDN. I'll link my reference. Apart from this, I will also link my script tag. Right. So if you click on this, it automatically gets copied. Now my application is ready to use. I can now use Bootstrap. Okay. Okay. Now, so this is the body, and herein I can write my code. So first of all, let's talk about forms, right? So again, I'll search here forms, right? Okay, so this is what we do, right? Let's assume I'm a beginner in Bootstrap. I don't know what forms are. So what is the first step I do? I open the documentation, just search what I want to do. So I just want to search forms. So what I did, I went to the search bar and I search forms. So it will open something like this, right? So you can read, you can see the overview, you can see examples, you can see the code, you can see multiple types of forms that we have, right? So I'll go with the basics. I'll copy this and I will paste it here, right? So let's see what all we have. We have a div. So we already, so this is MB. I hope we know what MB is, guys. We have covered MB, PB, MT. I hope we all know what MB is. Can I have yes or no in the chat box, or maybe the full form of MB? What do we mean by MB, right? And it has -3 attached to it. What does this -3 mean? So MB -3, all of it. I hope we all know what does it mean. Exactly. By Devarapu, he says margin bottom, right? So this means we have a margin bottom and the thickness, and not the thickness, and the size, like the size of the bottom is 3, right? So it has sizes from 1 to 5. So depending upon the more the size, the more the gap would be, right? Exactly, by Hardi Mehta, margin bottom 3, right? So this is a label which they are naming. This is a class that they have given and an email address, and this is an input box. It is of a type email class form control, as it is a part of control. id is same as this for that we have used, and area describe by, which says that we want to get the users enter their email in this form. It is optional but good to have thing, right? Okay. So now if I open it with live server, this is how it looks like, right? So form email address, maybe I type in my email address, right? Password, I type in my password, and I don't want you guys to see it, so that's why it is hidden. Check me out, just to maybe just check that it is not a robot or it is not an automation that is happening. So we have to, so we can have, something like click if you're not a robot, something of that sort. So I know, uh, I hope you know what this signifies, right? A robot or things. So if you want to avoid robotic informations and automation informations, we have generally have these check me out boxes, and then submit. So once you submit, as you can see, the form gets submitted. That means the form gets reloaded. So backend, what happens is you send all the data to the server and it gets stored. So the next time you want to log in, your information is there. So let's suppose this is a sign up form, right? You sign up in with your email and you write in a password. So you check me out and you submit. So the next time you do, you have to log in, right? And you have to, and the password which you have already set gets matched with the data that has been sent to the server. So it works something similar to that way. I click on submit, the data gets matched. Similarly, there are multiple types of forms. If you want to have a disabled form, right? You use something called as disabled input, right? So if you want to use it, or you just use the keyword disabled. So in here, if you see an example, they have an input class, or you know what, maybe uh, if I want to make this if I want to make this disabled, what I can do, I can come to this input and add in disabled, right? So once I add in disabled, I come here, see this form, I mean this placeholder will exist, but it will not let me write anything. That means it has been disabled, just for, it is just for you guys to know that it is there, but it is not editable of some or something of that sort. Okay, this is what disabled offers. If you want to use disabled anywhere in your code, sure, you can go ahead and use it, right? And similarly, if you want to have more than one fields, you can. If you want to have a drop down list, you can have it. Can have a drop down list. Although this is disabled, right? So yeah, this is what all about it is. So the main thing is to just check what a label is. Label is just used to give headings to your input boxes, and input boxes are used to tell what type of input will the user be typing, right? As simple as that. So now you can go ahead and create your forms and enter your forms. You can change the color of this if you want to. So we have the submit button. See, this is button primary. If I want to make it yellow, I can make. I mean, these types of customizations are possible at the end of the day, but you have to make sure that you use the correct classes, right? So you can, maybe you can also make the button larger, smaller, or something of that sort. It is totally up to you, right? Sir, why did you add MB3? I think MB4 are perfectly. So Havesh, I did not add anything. I just copied the code from the official documentation. If you want, you can have MB4. I mean, it is your personal choice, right? I mean, you can add some margin. You can add some margin from the left as well. You know, I see that it is too much stuck to the left part. You can add some margin left to it. You can add some paddings. Totally up to you. Right? The code is customizable. If you know how classes are in Bootstrap, sure, then go ahead. Okay. I hope this is clear. Okay. Now we're going to cover one more interesting topic, which is, you know, um, which is related to what you call. Yeah, clear. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to cover one more interesting topic, which is kind of help you understand help you understand more how can we play with the responsiveness factor. So I'll just like to give some more highlight because it is, at the end of the day it is very important. So maybe I think I'll just give it some time as well. So if you come here, right, let's suppose this is your form. I'll ignore the form for now and I'll come here, right? So now what I want to do is I want to make some elements, or maybe some HTML elements, I would say. So maybe I can have a class, a div, which I can maybe give a class as container. I hope we all know what containers are, right? Container. Make sure the spellings are correct because then only the classes would be applicable. And I would like to give it text center. Apart from this, maybe I can give some margin tops because I don't want it to get stuck to the form. So I can give some margin top, maybe 3, right? Okay. So inside this, I have one more div, and this div would be based upon my screen size. So I can say, this. Let's suppose this is visible only on medium screens, and let me check the pixel size for medium. Let me go to the documentation and let me check response. Let me put in response, not images, but I would just say responsive. Okay, so just want to check it for the medium screen. No, maybe let me check something here. Introduction JS, containers, overview, components, interactions. Okay, I think it was 7 something pixels. Yeah, okay, this should do. Yeah, here it is. So if I want to add some logic for medium dimensions, I use 768 pixels. So I can also mention here visible only on medium screen. I can give 7, which is greater than or equal to 768 pixels. So this div that I give here, this div that you see here, it should only be applicable to, it should only be visible on medium screens and bigger, not on smaller screens. So for this, I'll add a class and I'll add display as none. Right. So for display we have D. So I'll do D as none. That means by default the display would be none. But here's the catch. If I move to medium screens, I need the display to be visible, right? So what I do, I say that D, right? D should be block. Block means it should be visible. But here's the catch. I only need it to be visible on medium screens and above. So I can just write medium block. So this will mean that if my pixels reach equal to or more than 768, that means this code will be applicable, and I will and the display would be set to block. That means the div would be visible, right? To make it much more appealing, I can maybe give it a color. I can say BG success, and if you want, we can give some paddings or margins as well. So maybe I give padding 3, and that's it. If you want to, you can give some margins as well. Totally up to you, because if the color is green, I don't want the default text to be black. Maybe I can just change the text to maybe white, right? Maybe white. Okay. So similarly, this div will only be visible. So initially it will not be visible. It will be only visible when my screen pixels move more than or equal to 768. Similarly, what I do is I add one more div, and in this div I make sure that it only gets visible on smaller screen. So I can say visible on smaller screen, which is less than I would say this number, which is 768 pixels. So I can come here, I can say 768 pixels, and which is less than I think that's the reserved keyword. I can just say less than 768 pixels, and herein I can say more than 768 pixels. Right. Now, let's give it some class as well to make it visible and hidden as per my requirement. So I can come up here, I can write class. So first of all, it would be block, because initially I want it to be block, right? I want it to be visible. So I can say dblock, but when my screen size becomes small, that means when my display becomes small, I can hide it. I don't want it, right? I don't want it if the pixels are less than 768, as simple as that. I only want it to be there once my pixels are, sorry, my bad. I only want it to be there once my screen size is less than 768. If it is more than, that means if it is medium, I'll hide it. That means I'll say none, right? So you can give some colors to it. Maybe I can give background as warning, and I can give text as if it is yellow background, I think black would do good. So not an issue. I can just add patterns, right? Okay. So now if I come up here, see, initially, what we have is if I open up my inspect panel, yeah, see, initially this is a medium screen. Assume that you are viewing this on your laptops, right? This is a medium screen, but what if I reduce the size? So just uh, pay attention to the dimensions here. If I reduce it, less than 768, see, that means it is gone, right? 768, it is gone. But if I make it less than that, see, it is there. That means my small screen, I think it is there till 576. Yeah, till 576 I see the screen, right? But if I move more than 768 or 768, I see this screen, right? So this is something you can use to maybe hide your divs or show your divs, or maybe hide images based upon your screen sizes. If you're using a mobile phone, maybe you can write another logic for that. If you're using your laptops or your text or your desktops or your tablets, you can maybe use a different logic for that, right? So you just need to understand the fundamentals of how the sizes work. That's it, right? I hope this is clear. Any doubts, anyone? Any doubts, anyone? Any doubts? No, sir. Yeah, sure. I'll show you the code. Yep, here it is. Clear, sir. Break. we have we have just started the class. Why do you want breaks? Okay. Is it clear, Harti Mehta? But what about the which didn't show the text? Yeah. So in this case, if you want the text to be visible, you can, instead of small, maybe if you do medium, so that, so in this case it would be visible. So that means from small to medium, it would be this. From medium to large, it would be this. So now if I come up here, very good question by the way. So now see, now you'll find, so this is medium, so this is small by the way, and once you increase the pixels, it would be large. That means it would be green in color. You can do this as well if you want to. Very good question by Lakshmi. And even if you want a different size for larger screens, right, you can also have it. Now get it? Awesome. Is it clear, everyone? Shall we move ahead? Okay. And now there is no pixel gap. Yeah, there is no pixel gap. Okay. Sure. So now let us move to the next thing, which is, I would say, models. Right? Does anyone know what models are before me starting models? What are models, anyone? I don't read the definition here. Anyone know what models are? Anyone? What are models? What are they used for? What are model components? Don't know, sir. No idea. Okay. Okay. So in short, no idea. No. Anyone is aware? Anyone? Let's see who is the smartest one amongst the audience. I don't expect you guys to know because this is something new. But if you still know it, well and good. If you don't know. Okay, no worries. Okay. So in short, models are nothing but models are, you can consider models as just, a lightweight container, a container which has, yeah, exactly, as said by Rumi. Yeah. So these are models are just nothing but some lightweight containers, right? Which have it. You can consider it as a dialog box. Exactly. A pop-up dialog box. So you have a dialog box. So dialog box could be anything. And if you want to click, if you want a dialog box to appear in your website from top, from bottom, from left or right, you can use a dialog box, or you can use a model box, right? A box containing containing reference to your input boxes or some headings or some titles. It is only visible. It is not. It is not permanently there in your application. It is only visible when once you perform some actions. Right? These are models, right? So okay, as you see here, this is a model, right? It contains the title, it contains the heading, some buttons, right? So see, it is a live version. If I click on launch demo, a launch model, it is you see a dialog box, right, which says model title, who we are reading this text in a model. You can close, you can save the changes, you can do whatever you want to. So you must have seen it, right? You must have seen model boxes. You must have used model boxes at least once or twice in your lifetime, right? So this is what models offer. Now, creating a model in Bootstrap is very simple. You have a class associated to it. It is called as model, right? So we have the model tab index. It is used to get tab index is an attribute which is used to kind of uh, pay emphasis or focus emphasis when you click on some buttons, right? Again, this is a model dialog. We have content and header. This is the title which is inside this header. We have a button which is the close button, which is again a part of your model, uh, which there is a paragraph that is the main content, and which we have a footer, right? Footer has two buttons, close and save changes. So it is divided, they have divided it into three parts. We have the uh, header, we have the content, and we have the footer. And as I told you, footers are always at the bottom, right? So we have three things in here. Okay, cool. So let us design one model. So what I will do here is I'll come to my VS Code form div. Yeah, and let us design our models. Right. So as you saw, already have seen in an example, it can it contains first of all a class which is model, right? So what I'll do here is, so if you see the live demo, right? So this is a button. That means we have explicitly created a button, right? And we have given it a reference, right? So if you see here, this is example model, and this reference we have added it here. So that means if you click on this button, this model is supposed to trigger. So this is how they are connected, using data bs target and using the id in the model. So we'll do a similar thing. We'll come up here. First of all, we can make a button if you want to. I'll add a button inside a div, obviously. So I can say a button, and maybe I can say open model or open login. Maybe if you want to have a login model, you can open a login model, right? So this is the button that we've already created. Maybe you can give it some classes since you're using Bootstrap. So I can give it button primary, right? As simple as that. And to this, maybe you can give maybe a class which is text center. That means all my what do you call, content is in the center. So if I show it to you, it be something like this. Maybe I can add a margin top as well. Maybe margin top as 4. Yeah, so now it moves down. So this was the box, the button. So once I click this button, I need a model to pop up somewhere here. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'll begin my model. Okay, so first of all, as I told you, a model contains a class model, right? So I'll come up to this div. I'll add a class model. This means that I am now wanting to add a model. Now it contains three things, as we saw in the documentation, which is here, right? Dialog, content, and header. Then comes the what do you call, the title, right? So I'll do a similar thing. I'll come up here. I'll make a class. So the first class according to the documentation is a model dialog. So I'll say model and dialog, right? So apart from this, we have a class which was content, and then comes the header. So I'll add a div class content, and I'll add a div class header. Was it model header or just header? I just need to confirm. Yeah, it is model content and model header. So I'll just add model content, and model header. Right, so I've gone by the documentation and added in stuffs. Now, since we're using a button, we need to get the reference as well. So see, this is a button which is this button, and it has a reference to it. So I'll do a similar thing, right? Yeah. In this, I will add an ID which will be equal to uh, the ID which we give to the class. So we have a button. So let's see how they have added a button. So yeah, see, they have given it a type class, and they've used this data bs toggle equals to model and data bs target to reference the class. Right, okay. So I can come up here. First of all, we can give it an ID will not an ID will come in the model, but first of all, let us look at the button. Yeah, so a button already has a class. Then we can do data. Again, what was that? I think it was bs toggle. Yeah, yeah, data bs toggle, and in here you can give a model, or maybe I can just copy this as well, and I'll just use my own class name. So something like this, right? So it is a model, and this will be uh, an ID. So let's suppose I give it maybe login model. So if I give login model here, it has to have an ID which will be login model. That means now these two are connected. Cool. So we have the dialog, we have the content, we have the header. So apart from this, maybe we can in the header we can add a title. Maybe I can say something like login page, or not a page, it's a model. So I'll just say login. Yep, maybe login works. Okay. Apart from this, yeah. So header is done. Apart from this, now comes the content. So if I want to, so see, they where's the dialogue? Yeah, here it is. So they have a title, they have the content, and they have the footer, right? So and they've designed it similar to this as well. So we have the title, we have the button. Okay, that's a close button. Okay, sure. Close button. See, it says b10 close. That means it is a close button. Okay, that means this is also a button. If you close it, it will be closed. So we also need to make a close button, by the way. So I can come up here and make what do you call a close button, right? So how a close button works is something like this. Yeah, maybe we can just, because we have the documentation, so why not just use it? And by the way, okay, yeah. So that is a close button. We have an H5, and we have a close and we have a close button. Maybe I can give this class as model title, because they have, if I see this, they've also given it model title. I don't want this FS5 because again, I don't need it, and I think this should be good to go. Okay. Yeah, so that was as far as the model header was concerned. Now maybe I can get rid of this content and design my what do you call the body, right? So let's see what they have used for body. I think it should be model body. Yeah, here it is. So we have a model body. Maybe you can write anything that you want. uh, I just want to maybe have a form here, right? Maybe the form contains some input boxes. If you want to input type text, maybe I can have a placeholder which says enter your username, right? Apart from that, if you want to add something else, you can. mm, Maybe one more input. I would say input type, password, Placeholder would be enter your password. As simple as that. And apart from that, if you want to save it, you can have a button which will be uh, of a class button, and I can save button as maybe success because it is a safe button. Okay, let's go with success. Okay, and here in I can maybe write in login. Yeah, so this is just the body. Because you can literally add anything that you wanted. That is not an issue, right? Okay, cool. So now let us test it out. So if I come up here to this, so this is, I'll refresh. If I click on open login model, it is not opening. Let us check. Let us check why is that. Let us open the documentation as well side by side. Maybe we're missing some classes. Where's the documentation? Yep, here it is. Okay. So um, first of all, I think okay. First of all, I think we are missing this. Let's add this as well. Will it be necessary? I think it should be. So let me we have to go to my VS Code. Let me add all the basic references, all the basic, I would say, I'm forgetting the word. Let me add all the basic attributes. Sorry, attributes to it. So we already have the class. We have the ID. I will now add tab index one, right? And anything else? Area label by example model. Do we need to maybe add it? I don't think so. But what I think though I need to hide it. So yeah, maybe let me give it area hidden as to. Okay. So let me add this attribute as well. Cool. So that means our model now contains a class login model. Login model. Oh, did we give hashtag here? No. So let me give hashtag here as well. That means to be a target, we need to have a reference, and IDs work with the hashtag. So that means this was necessary that we missed. Anything else apart from this? ID example model. Okay, let us try. If there is anything else, we will see. So if I click on open model, and here we have it. We have the open model here. So in short, now you can maybe add your name, add your password, and click on login. So once you click on login, it will be vanished and you'll have a pop-up which says you want to save your password. I'll say never because I don't want to save it, right? So now we have successfully built login model, and using the functionalities given to us in the documentation, and using some own customizations as well. So this was the whole code, and this was the button, right? Nothing rocket science. If you do it once or twice, you'll have a hang of it and it will be good to go, right? Cool. I'll maybe give a minute to you guys to see the code. If there are any doubts, you can just let me know and we'll clear it from there. Okay. Cool. Any doubts, anyone, as of now? No doubts, no doubts, no doubts. Okay. Where does what does database business? Okay, so in short, okay, so if I search, see, database business, right? So again, if you see this, this button, it has a database business. That means uh, this has a type model to it, right? So what does this mean? That means if you come up here, if you click on this um, open login model, you see this that it has a close up button as well, right? So this button actually is linked uh, to this attribute. I'll show you. Um, yeah, here, right? So database toggle and database dismiss, it has the same reference. That means if you click on this button, it will open up a model, right, which is database toggle. That means if I click on this model, it needs to get a reference that on clicking on this, what do I need to open? So if I click on this, it opens up this model, which is model, which is this class name. And similarly, on contrary, if I want to close it, right, so if I want to close it, it needs to get the reference. If I click on close, which model do I need to close? So I do database dismiss. That means I give it a class model. That means, hey, if I click on this dismiss button, I need to close up this model. So if I click on this model gets cleared. That is all about database means, right? Dismiss and model and toggle. I hope it is clear, both Monica and Rabia. Got it. Awesome. Okay, so if it is clear, now maybe yeah, get it clear, Monica. So in database, we only have, okay, yep, we have target, which refers to the model box, toggle and dismiss. Exactly. Yeah, unfortunately, Adya, last year Bootstrap. Okay, if it is clear, I think we shall move ahead. Cool. So now I want to make a final and a very handsome project called as portfolio. Before starting portfolio, do you guys know what a portfolio is? What is a portfolio, guys? Anyone? Let's see what have we got. In the meantime, I'll just get the reference of Bootstrap here. Okay. No. Personal website. Yep. Personal website. You could say that. Profile page. I would not say profile page. Profile pages as profile pages are slightly different, right? Exactly. Not like a CV. A CV only contain a resume only contains your textual information. A portfolio, on the other hand, it has your it has your links to all your projects, right? What do you do? What are you based off? Where are you located? Right? What's your occupation and all of that stuff. So it is more than CV, and it is more than your resume, because resume only contains textual information. This also contains graphical information, your portfolio projects, portfolio photos, portfolio links. Yeah, exactly. A website showcasing your projects, right? So we're going to build something of that sort. A portfolio has mainly, it has some sections to it, right? So the sections being like a nav bar. It has a hero section, which is a short introduction about yourself. It has some projects so that you can view projects. It has a footer and a contact us page. So these are the usual um, things that we follow when we make a portfolio, and this is how we do it. So first of all, let us go one by one, and let us only focus on your navbar, right? So as I told you, we already have a navbar. We just want to make it appear here and do some customizations as per our need. So what I will do here is I will come to the documentation, and I will have a navbar. Okay. Now, this is what we've already seen, right? Just need to make some customizations to it. Let me see if we will have some other navbars which we can use. I don't think that we need a search button, so that means this would also do good. But let me just see. Okay, maybe this one will do the job. Okay, let me get hold of this one, and let me paste the navbar here. So I'll just show you how it looks. Oh, I think I need to stop the server for this one, and I need to open the server for this one. Yeah, I can change the background color. I don't want tertiary. Maybe yellow would look good. I'm not sure. Your own personal opinion. DG. Oh, um, uh, maybe. Let me do one thing. Let me head over to the documentation and search for some colors. Yeah. Okay. What about black? Maybe I'll go with black with a light color. Okay, we have a suggestion. Subtle. Subtle. So if you're talking about info subtle, okay, maybe let us try it out. So info subtle. Actually, yes, this looks good. Yeah. Okay. So also now let us try to maybe customize it. So I'll come up to my code, and I'll try to customize. So first thing first, we have the navbar. So maybe I can write here something as my my portfolio. I hope this will do fine. Um, yeah. Okay. Apart from this, we have a button, and this is what? Um, is it a toggle icon? Okay. I'm not sure what that is. So maybe if I remove this, let me experiment. If I remove this, what difference will it make? No, right? So maybe you can get rid of the unwanted code. Erin, again, we have the home here. Maybe we can keep the home as it is. That is the home page. Next up, we could maybe have sort of features. We could show up our projects. And lastly, maybe we could have a contact us page at the very bottom. So contact us. And also, maybe I want to move the contact us page here. So I can get rid of this and I can have contact us. Contact us page here, right? So we've got portfolio, home, and this, right? Okay. So this was the header design. Maybe the toggle was for the screen is small, then the enough would be a hamburger icon. I also assume it because since we only are concerned about doing it on the on bigger screens, maybe we can remove it. But if you want to, you can go ahead with this and add it. Yeah, usually that is a hamburger. You are right actually. So in this there will be no hamburger. Yeah, maybe you're actually right. So I might want to include this. Maybe I search enough. I think this was this, right? So, yep. Okay. I'm not sure if that's a hamburger. We can just check it out. Yeah. See, you see this button here. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. Cool. Apart from this, this is the nav bar, and we could now go ahead and add some sections to it, right? Now, the first, as I told you, would be a hero section. There's something is something which you can design, or you can take it from as it is from Bootstrap as well. So totally your choice, totally your I would say preference. But since I want to give it my personal touch, maybe I can just design my own I would say hero section. Right. So yeah. Okay. So let me have a div, and in this will be the parent div. Let me give it an ID, which is nothing but home. I would replace the IDs as well in the future, but yeah. Apart from this, or maybe you know what? Let's use semantic tag. Let's use a section instead of what you call home, and let give it a class, maybe hero section. So this says hero, right? So h1. Right. Um, this would be a heading page. Maybe you could say, "Hi, I am Ritik," and you could maybe say something like this. Yep, as simple as that. Um, yep. Okay. Apart from this, you could have a class. I mean, you could have a paragraph which could say something about yourself. So maybe I'll just add lorem 10. You could maybe get this done as per your need, and I'll add some margins. Right. So this is how it looks as of now. You could replace this maybe some more text. Lorem 30. Yeah, maybe some more text and as simple as that. Cool. So So once your paragraph is over, what else could we think of? Maybe um, I can have a link to just say that view my projects or refer to my projects. I could have it. So let's do that. Aref. I could say maybe view my work, and I can give it a reference with the same reference I'll be using in the project section. So maybe I can give projects. This is just to dedicate, just to help us locate the project section if I click on this link. So this is something like this. If I click on view my work, it needs to come to this section. As simple as that, right? Since this is already blue in color, I don't like this. Maybe I can come up and add my own classes to it, which would make it look like it is acting like as a button. So I'll add a button. Maybe I can give it some light colors if I want to. Maybe if not, primary is always the safest to use. Yeah. Apart from this, if you want to add something else as well, you can. Maybe shall we try it with light? Do we have something called as light? Um, light. Yeah, this also looks okayish, and maybe we can add some. If it is too, I think that's okay. Yeah, that is okay. So this is how it looks like. Now we can also maybe write some own custom styles if we want to. So this is the home page. I mean, so this is the hero. It has a hero class, right? So maybe I can add my own styling to it. So let's mix our own custom stylings to it as well, along with Bootstrap, so that you guys have an idea how to do it. Although it's nothing new. So inside, what do you call? So this is the head. So inside this, I can add my style to it, right? I hope we add stylings inside the header, not somewhere else. I hope we all know that, right? So first of all, let us design the hero page. So which is dot hero, right? Now, if I show you my hero page, is that com? We will drag it. How to add emojis? You can click window and dot, window and dot. Okay, this is the hero section, right? So maybe first of all I might give it some height and width. So maybe I can say min height as, maybe I need to occupy almost 80% of my viewport. So I can say 80% viewport height. Apart from that, you could give display flex. Yeah. And we also, since it is aligned horizontally, I need to align it vertically. So I can give flex direction as column. So it looks something like this. Apart from this, where is it? Yeah. Apart from giving this, if you want to move items to the center, you can. So you can use align items, center, justify content as center. Uh, if I show you this, it looks something like this. Text is already in center. Maybe we can also add text, but it is already in center. Maybe we can add a cool little background to it. So if I come up here, I if I want to add background color, maybe you guys can give me some suggestions to add some background colors. Um, okay, maybe I can keep it a mix of maybe something like this. If you, can use green as it will attract. Maybe, not sure. I'm actually not good with colors. Yeah, looks good. You're talking with the button. Okay. Yeah, sure. Maybe this also looks good, right? This also looks good. Pink. I'm not sure about pink. Maybe we can try it out. Maybe a lighter shade then, if you guys want pink. Yeah, looks okay. And according to Hardi, I can add the color of the button as green. So again, where is my button? Where is my button? Where is my button? Yeah. Yeah, looks good. And also one more thing, I can where's my VS Code? Yeah, I can make the color as white, right? So that it looks. Does it look good? I'm not sure. You know what? I want to go with the blue color only. Why I do say this? Looks good now. Okay, maybe personal choice. Yeah. I mean, it is. You can change it, right? It is not something which is stuck. You guys can show your own creativity and just change it however and wherever you like, however you want to. Cool. Now let us move ahead. Let us move ahead. So this was the hero section, right? Apart from this, we can. This was the projects part, which was section. Okay, so we already added a projects part to it. Now we need to add a project section. So maybe I can add one more. Yeah, one more section, right? And this section I can give it an ID projects because I gave projects here that I need to reference. So ID would be nothing but projects. Good, right? And apart from this, maybe I can make it a container class with the Bootstrap class, that is container, and give it some padding in the y direction as maybe 3 or 4. Not sure how does it look, but it makes much more sense once we add some content. So let me add a, what's that? Let me add a heading, which can just give it projects. Right? We can make it. If I see this, it looks something like this. Maybe you can make it to the center. I can add a class. I can give a text as center. Yeah, and maybe what looks cool. Looks cool for now. We'll see if you want to add some more changes, but looks cool. Right. So we have had project section. Now comes the main part to add the cards for your projects. Right? Add the cards for your project. So this would be interesting. Either we can just pick up cards from what do you call the project card section. So if you want, you can come to Bootstrap. Um, you can search in a project. You can search in something called as a project card. Yeah, I think it should be somewhere here. If you want, we can directly use this. Looks good, right? This will have the image for your what do you say, the project, the banner image, the project title, and maybe the project description, right? So this is what you can do it. So maybe if it looks good, if it saves our time, why not? So I can just copy this. I mean, that's what we do Bootstrap, right? For it gives us pre-written classes. So let's make a use of it. and let's add it. So if you want to add it to the sections, you can, but I'm thinking to make a whole different section, but that should be fine. Let us see how it looks first of all, because we might need to make some adjustments, and this looks absolutely fine. So maybe if I want to add any image, oh, this is the banner, maybe. Okay, so project could be something like, AI AI driven. Oh, this comment sucks. I think I might need to shift to Google Chrome. This it takes up a lot of RAM, and it kinds of um, does not give the intended results, because every time I don't want an AI search, right? I might want some normal searches. But anyways, okay, where was I? Yeah, AI driven project. Yeah, see, now it gives me an image, and see, it takes some times to boot up as well. Um, yeah, so I can copy this image address and paste it here, and this is how it looks. Similarly, you can maybe showcase 3, 4, or how many projects you have using this card. Oh wait, yeah. So I can copy this and come up here. You can obviously feel free to change it. One thing more, I wanted in horizontal. Yeah. So if this is the div, inside this div, I want to maybe let us try this one out. Okay, so if this is the case, we can give it flex. We can give it flex for that, because this is the case. But if I want to add more, if I want to copy this, I want to add more, it will come like this. But if I give a flex, and if I give flex uh, direction as column, which is nothing but this, or maybe okay, no, not this. Oh, it is. Okay, I'll remove it from here. So this is the main card, right? This is the main card. I might need to give it here only. Yep. D flex. If I give flex, or maybe let's give it a custom class. So instead of this, I can give it maybe class, maybe card 2, right? And to this cart tool, I can give display as flex and flex direction as column. Sorry, not column, row. Uh, Come on, it should work now. Stop live server. Maybe I'll open it with live server again. And if not, that means it is not. Okay. Oh, wait. Let me add a border, 2 pixels, solid red, just to see what it is occupying and what it is not. Okay, see, this is the whole car. No, but what I want is car title. Where is car? So this is car title one, and this is car. Yeah, I'll remove this. So this becomes like a whole card. And this is the main div. But what I want, I'll have one more div here and give this div a class as card 2. I'll get rid of this. Yeah, and I will close this div here. That means now this is the sibling. So this is the parent and this is a sibling. Now I can maybe copy this and add it here. So now this looks good. In order to give some gap, because it is too much stuck to each other, I can give gap as 10 pixels. 10 is too less, maybe 40, and I can remove this border. Yeah, 40 is also too less, maybe 80. Yeah, and apart from this, if you want, you can add one more to it. So this is your card 2. And this is one div. This is the next div. You can copy this, you can paste it here. And so now we have 3 projects. I mean, sure, you can just go ahead and you can just go ahead and do this. Okay, so maybe just customize this and add a title and all of that sort. If you want, you can get rid of this button. Right, if you want, you can get rid of this button, but again, your own personal choice. Maybe you want to give the GitHub link or the URL link or the hosted link, you can just give it to this button and maybe it opens. Something of that sort. Yep. I hope it looks good. And finally, we would want to add a footer. So footer as well, we already have it. So nothing to worry about. Footer is footer. Let us see here. Yep. Yep. You can choose your footers. Right. Maybe you can customize these. This looks good as a footer. Yeah, this footer looks good. So I can come up here and also add my footer. Obviously, footer can contain stuffs like your copyright and all of that stuff. I removed this 2 days ago. This is not good. Yeah, you can say at the rate copyright Pratik. Okay, we can write this at the rate copyright Ritik, and it should be maybe something like all rights reserved, right? Something like all rights reserved, and again maybe just replace it. Maybe add some links if you want to add some logos, your GitHub logos or your profile pages. Maybe just add your LinkedIn profile here, right? You can do that. You can add your LinkedIn profile. So if you want here, we get rid of this and let me have an anchor tag here, right? And just like LinkedIn profile, and just add in your LinkedIn profiles. Yeah. So this is how it looks. Obviously, make it your own personalizable, right? We can. That's a good point. If you want to use semantic tags, sure, we can. So instead of this, you can use a photo section. But since I copied it from the documentation, it had something like this. But if you want to, you can just go ahead and write footer. So where is it? Yep, you can make it footer as well. All right, so I hope this is you got something to learn from this portfolio. What we made it, we learned Flex, right? We used Navbar, we used photos, we used projects. So give it a thought, give it a try. I hope you guys really liked it, and you guys are now confident in Bootstrap. So just about accessing the documentation and just about learning how it goes. So it should give you, it should now give you confidence and even skill set to add your own or make your own personalized website using Bootstrap, right? So that what it was. Thank you so much for the session, and right, maybe we'll meet in some other sessions now. And with that being said, let us wrap this particular video. And thank you so much for watching. Yeah, so yeah, full code is here. Okay, sure. Maybe you can also rewind the video and watch the full code. It'll be there. Okay, yeah. So that being said, thank you very much, and